Hey, Dr. Tracy. I'm a board-certified general pediatrician and avid book lover and reader, and I wanted to do another little series on some books that I love, and I would hope you leave me some books in the comments because I always love new recommendations. So let's talk about some of these. The first one is called The Dutch House by Ann Patchett. This is a relatively new book to me. I don't know how I didn't read it sooner, but it's absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit of some historical fiction. It has a lot to do with how families function, how dysfunctional families function, and how this one particular house becomes the beating heart of this family, for better or for worse. It's really, really good. You'll love the characters. You feel like you're right in the middle of it with them. Part of it's set in New York City, and it's really, really good. The Orchardist. This is an amazing book. It is by Amanda Copland, and I cannot tell you how much this stuck with me. The imagery, the description, you feel like you're right there in the middle of it. And the characters are so alive and multifaceted, and there's so many different things about these characters that you will remember these people for a long time. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was just a beautifully written book that moved me and really made me think about things, and I love books like that. I want to be enveloped, but I also want to be challenged to think about things that I might not have experienced myself. I see books as almost a way to travel. I feel like travel helps open our minds, helps expose us to other things, and for a lot of us that is books, and books is another way to do that. So this is one that I promise you will love. Another book which I'm sure most of you have read is Kristen Hannah the Woman. This is one of the best books that I have ever read. And what I loved about it was actually something a little bit different maybe. It's not just the feminist aspect of it. It has to do with the fact that if you are a child from my generation, from Gen X, you were likely raised by someone who was severely impacted by the Vietnam War, yet you were too young to really understand it. And I felt like reading this book, I understood some people in my life in a way that I had not before. I knew a lot in history books and reading about the Vietnam War, but this really broke it down in a way that made it something really real to me, really tangible, and made me understand the people who lived through that, which is just one generation above myself, in a way that I never did before. So extremely good. Love it because it's about women, and women are also obviously underrepresented in this time period, but I really, really loved it for just in general understanding the time period and how kids in my generation were raised by people who lived through this. So if you have not read it, I promise you will love it, but it is a tearjerker, so you need to be prepared. The last one I'll talk about today is Margaret Atwood's Alias Grace. If you liked The Handmaid's Tale, you will love this. It's obviously very different, but just the way that Margaret Atwood writes is very, very in-depth. She does a lot of imagery. You feel like you're right in the book with her. It's a lot to do with mental illness back in the 1800s, where it really was just people's everyday life, and maybe trauma was all of a sudden seen as mental illness, and people were put in mental institutions when really they probably just needed some therapy and a hot meal. You will love this book. It's really, really good. It's hard to read. There's lots of parts in this that are really difficult, but if you want to understand how psychiatry kind of came to its modern day self, as well as it's also a murder mystery. So very good. You will love it. Trust me. So these are 4 books that I love, that I will keep in my collection forever, and I will have already reread some of them, and I will keep rereading them. So if you love books like I do, send me some links in the comments to books that you love. I really liked your recommendations from last time, and if anybody's interested, we could try to do a little book club to see if we could talk about a specific book. So take care.